Yeah, it's happened again. An illegal immigrant charged with murder just one day after being released from a California jail. DHS now calling on Governor Gavin Newsom to hand the suspect over to them. Our senior national correspondent William Lajeunesse with the latest from Los Angeles. Hi, William.
Well, John, judges actually released this suspect twice, and now you have a murder neighbors say didn't have to happen had the suspect been detained or deported, since California, as a sanctuary state, stops police from calling ICE. Now, warning, what you're about to see, the stabbing, is graphic. Last week, 68-year-old Todd Stewart was working in the garage when he tries to stop a burglary in progress. Police say he is stabbed by a criminal alien from Venezuela.
There was some yelling going on, from what I understand, from the neighbors, and then apparently it looks like he chased the man out of the garage, and then he was stabbed in front of Ryan's house.
According to records, police arrested 36-year-old Marcos Arate Valdez for 2 prior burglaries in April, but a judge gave him home detention. August 4th, he violates that and is rearrested. This time, a judge releases him OR, which means you're free to go until your next court date. The next day, he allegedly stabs Stewart to death. Now, he is in jail, no bail. This afternoon, arraignment at 1:30.
I'm glad they arrested him. It won't bring Todd back. I don't understand why he was on the street.
Well, one reason is, as a sanctuary state, police can't call ICE or issue or they don't honor a detainer to protect against soft-on-crime judges. DHS is now putting California on notice, saying this Venezuelan illegal immigrant alien stabbed a father to death in Sanctuary, California. Governor Gavin Newsom must not release this murderer from jail or turn him over to us so we can remove him from our nation. As you know, John, how was he caught? A license plate reader, which many progressive cities are pulling out because immigrant advocates oppose them. Neighbors say Stewart lived there for 4 decades. He leaves a wife and 2 daughters. John?
Yeah, we've heard about the controversy regarding flock cameras, but in this case, they helped bring him to justice. William Lajeunesse for us. William, thank you. Jillian?
All right, thank you, John. Let's bring in former Acting I.C.E. Director Jonathan Fahey to respond to this terrible, deeply upsetting, very sad story.
It's so horrible, and when you see, the quote from his wife, doesn't understand why this happened, and it's like, sadly, I do understand why this happened, because Gavin Newsom and a lot of the Democrats put illegal aliens ahead of public safety every single day, and that's why we've had so many of these. And what makes it even worse is the fact when you see something that could have been prevented multiple times. It wasn't just one time he was arrested. It's like he should have never been here, and then he's arrested, and instead of holding him, turning him over to ICE, they put him back on the streets because politics always trumps the ordinary citizens in California and everywhere else. It's very sad. It's horrible, but it's going to happen again because they still aren't. This won't cause any change, unfortunately.
I mean, it happens in New York City. It happens in the Commonwealth of Virginia. It happens in California. How many times does it have to happen before these judges who release these people back out in the streets get religion and say, oh, wait a minute, maybe it's better to keep them in custody? Or maybe it's better to turn them over to ICE.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're a judge, you're evaluating if somebody's a danger and if they're a risk of not appearing back in your courtroom. So if they're from a foreign country, that is a reason in and of itself to say they're a risk of not coming back to court. So they should hold them on that alone. And also, if ICE wants to arrest them, they know that's more of an incentive to flee. So even putting all the immigration policy aside, just for a judge analyzing this, the smart move is keep these people locked up if you weren't putting politics ahead of everything else.
Yeah. I want to shift your attention, Jonathan, to something else bubbling up here. Governor Kathy Hochul of New York announcing this new sort of subsidiary policy. She's stepping in, she says, to fill a hole created by defunding at the federal level for legal representation for migrant children. Take a quick listen to her in her own words. We'll get your reaction.
The Trump administration has found a brand new way to hurt children. There was a time when these minors would come literally by themselves across the border from Mexico. That was how it was many years ago. More recently, a lot of these minors are unaccompanied and alone and abandoned because their parents were deported without regard for anything but the well-being of these children.
I mean, it's kind of hard to even really suss out what she's trying to say there. But the point being, she's announcing $7 million of New York City money, roughly, is going to go towards legal representation for these unaccompanied minors who are here in the country illegally and without their parents.
Yeah, exactly. And she's trying to make it seem like there's some big scandal that they don't get representation. But in fact, they do get representation broadly, and it's paid for by all of us, all of taxpayers. So it's another, you know, and it's only, she's only putting, I think we were talking before this, $7 million to it. So it's not really putting a lot of money where her mouth is. But it's kind of interesting when she talks about their parents were deported, so they have nothing, you know, they're stuck here alone. It's like, why? That doesn't speak very well to their parents, so they didn't take them with them. And, you know, it's so much of a just sort of this gobbledygook. But, you know, going back to the last story, what she really should be concerned about, if she's concerned about children's safety and other people's safety, New York just last year released 7,000 criminals back in the streets of New York rather than turn them over to ICE. So if she's really concerned about safety of children and everyone else, she might have turned them over to ICE, and that would have also saved probably a lot of tax dollars too.
The part of her statement there that really caught my eye was that these unaccompanied minors used to come across the border by themselves. That was many years ago. Yeah, that was 2021 through 2025 during the Biden administration, when some 540,000 unaccompanied minors came across the border. Oh, by the way, 325,000 of whom the Biden administration lost track of.
Yeah, they didn't know where they just released them in the country, really took no safeguards to see where they went. And also, all of these people coming across during the Biden administration were encouraged by people like Kathy Hochul announcing they have a sanctuary state. You will be treated like a U.S. citizen if you come to our state. So she's a major part of this problem. And if there's any blame to go around, I think, you know, it really should go to the Biden administration.
All right, we got to wrap. Jonathan, great to see you.
Great to see you. Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.